So if you're gonna visit Las Vegas in June, here's a few things to keep in mind. I got some tips and advice for you guys and that sort of thing. So we'll talk about some stuff around trip planning, around weather, around hotel choice, pools, all that sort of stuff, events, activities and things like that, so that you can do here in Vegas, particularly in the month of June as we get into summertime and the heat kicks in and all that sort of stuff. So if you guys are traveling to Vegas in June or any month, remember every month I send out a list of deals to people. So hotels, casinos, food, drink, all that sort of fun stuff. The QR code on screen, link down below, you can get that for free. So visiting Vegas in June. So cool time to come to Vegas because oftentimes, depending on the weather, okay, the first half of June is not always like boiling hot heat that people think. I've actually been here before. I've been in Vegas over 13 years now. So I've seen June in Vegas where actually where the whole month is cooler than normal. It doesn't really get hot until July. Then I've also been here in June where summer is here by the first week. It's here. But I would generally say in June, typically it's around halfway through is when the real heat by Vegas standards kicks in. So you want to keep that in mind when you're traveling here. Not a whole lot of big events in June as far as conventions and stuff like that. Once we get into our summer months, a lot of the conventions, really the big ones anyway, take a break. We don't have these huge summer conventions here. A lot of it's probably due to the heat. So that's mostly in the first 5 months or so of the year, and then in the fall we have some more that come. So summertime, lots of families who come, right? Kids are out of school, that sort of thing. So if your family are coming with the kids, hey, enjoy the pools, enjoy the heat and the warm weather and that sort of thing. When it comes to pools in Vegas, one thing you want to keep in mind though, lots of these hotel pools close early. like the normal hours for a lot of these hotels and casinos for their pools, they might open 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and they might close at 5 or 6 p.m. Okay. Now the reason they do that a lot of these places is because where do the Vegas, hotels, casinos want you spending your time? In the casino, right? So that's why a lot of these pools close 5 p.m., 6 p.m. because they want you out of the pool and they want you back inside the casino, with a chance for you to spend money there so they have a chance to win more of your money when you're here on vacation. Now you can find pools that are open late, like Hilton Grand Vacation. The north end of the strip, when I stayed there, I'm pretty sure their pool's open to 10 p.m. There's no casino in there, right? So it's just the hotel. Lots of families do stay there because it's also a timeshare property, which I'm not going to recommend that you get a timeshare. But you can stay there just as a hotel. You don't have to have a timeshare there to stay there. When I stayed at Casino Royale or Best Western at Casino Royale, their pool's also open until 10 p.m. Very modest pool, right? It's nothing big, nothing fancy. It's just a like you would see at a hotel or a motel, but that pool is open later if you guys want to do that kind of thing. So with the pools, keep that choice in mind when it comes to where you're going to be staying. They are going to close earlier. So 5 p.m., 6 p.m. is when most of those pools close. Now, as far as activities to do, there's plenty to do in June, okay? Plenty of outdoor stuff, plenty of stuff, of course, that's on the strip and downtown, right? A lot of people, because the families are here, they like to take trips out to do outdoor things or to Hoover Dam and see that sort of stuff. So, and enjoy the warm weather. You can certainly do that. When it comes to the heat here, I will say this is one tip. A lot of people, you've probably seen this in blog posts and videos online, still bring some sort of light jacket, particularly because the casinos oftentimes pump the ACs and they try to keep it cool in there. When it comes to food and drinks and snacks, I would encourage you to just hit Walgreens or CVS to buy your snacks, food and drink there, right? You get a styrofoam cooler there. You can use that to hold your drinks. You have the ice machine, of course, that's in the hotels. I've seen people just use their sink in the bathroom as their cooler. They just go get ice from the machine, dump it in the sink, and they just put their drinks in there. You can do that too as well because those mini fridges, they're gonna frickin' charge you if you wind up taking something out of there. And speaking of mini fridges, especially those of you that are coming with kids and families, a lot of Caesars properties come with unstocked mini fridges. The timeshare properties do that as well. So Hilton Grand Vacation, unstocked mini fridge. Casino Royale had an unstocked mini fridge. So that's something if you want to keep your drinks with you so you can keep them cool to take them with you during the day. Keep that in mind. Phones overheating. Oh gosh. If you live here like I do, you've experienced this, you've seen this, when maybe you're driving in your car and you have your phone on your mount and just, even if you have tinted windshield, the heat's going to get to it at some point. Then a phone overheats, it has to shut down apps and that sort of thing. So be advised of that. Your phone overheating here, and that's probably going to happen to you at some point, especially if you're out a lot in the sun or you leave your phone out in the sun. So those are some of the common tips I have for you guys for visiting Vegas in June. Remember, Guys, you want deals and discounts, QR code on screen, link below. If you got any other tips for visiting Vegas in June, please let me hear about them. Thanks. If you want more ways to save money in Vegas, use the QR code on screen or the link below to get over $1,000 in Vegas savings sent to you for free every single month.